Take two. Game Chat with Bwana, episode 79, starting right about now.
Welcome to Game Chat with Bwana, your source for gaming news and reviews. Now, here's Bwana McCall.
It's Game Chat with Bwana. Game Chat with Bwana, episode 79, starting right... Stop! Game Chat with Bwana, episode 79, starting right about now. We're going to get started real soon, right about now. Yesterday and today and tomorrow. But we're talking about right now. Words. It is August 17th, 2013. This is Game Chat with Bwana, episode 79. You know what we do here at Game Chat with Bwana is that we talk about the last 7 days of gaming news. And the last 7 days of gaming news, we can scour the internet, try to find the best stories, and we talk about them here. It's about a 30-minute to an hour show. Sometimes it's a little bit shorter. Today we got about 7 stories to talk about, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I think you're going to actually enjoy it. If you want to check out more Game Chat, want to check it out on my website at Bwana.tv. And also, we do things over here at Twitch, twitch.tv/Bwana. This show is live right now. We have a live studio audience that you can't hear because they're trapped in the internet. They're trapped. They can get out anytime they want, but they're kind of trapped. And we do it every Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. Right on the dot. Today I started at 3:02. I'm a good man. I started on time. It's a good time to be here at Game Chat. Well, so without further ado, we gotta go ahead and get started, y'all.
Game Chat with Bwana would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners. Twitch.tv, Wirecast, YouTube, and 123 Systems. Thank you all for your support of Game Chat with Bwana.
Yeah. And for our first story, we're going to talk about that Humble Origin Bundle. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Humble Bundle is a website where they offer these bundles of games where you can donate a certain amount of money. They usually have like a minimum amount, like $1 or something, really, really low. And you can donate however much you want and divvy up the proceeds to charities and to the developers and whatnot. So this particular Humble Bundle that was sponsored kind of by EA Origin was very unique because this is a pretty big studio. Pretty big gaming publishing office studio thing called EA Origin, which is the number one hated company in America. Number one. They're number one hated. But they might earn some points with this one. $5 million was raised with the Humble Origin Bundle. Let me talk about what was in this bundle. It was Dead Space 1, Crisis 2 Maximum Edition, Burnout Paradise, Mirror's Edge, and Medal of Honor, and it also included Battlefield 3 and Sims 3 if you did over, I think, what was it, $5? Or the average, whatever the average was. And that's a lot of decent games for minimal amounts of money. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, they're just trying to get more money. EA's always been about the cash grab. There's obviously some sort of a ploy, some sort of a scam behind this whole situation. I think there's something going on here. Well, I thought that too originally, but then I read the dotted fine print. EA Origin gets no proceeds from this. All the proceeds go to the Humble Bundle guys and whatever charity you pick. Not so hard to hate them now, is it? $5 million going to charity and to Humble Bundle guys. Divvied up. That's a good thing. I don't care how you look at it. There's no negative spin on this. It only took them 48 hours. 1 million people donated to get this $5.2 million mark. We've had some people in our chat room giving away. David was giving away keys from this like all day for the past 2 days. We were just dropping these Steam keys for these games. So Check it out, guys. Over in Escapist Magazine. There's no, like I said, there's no negative way to look at this. This is actually pretty cool. Golf clap. Golf clap for EA Origin. You did good, EA. Y'all did good. We're going to remember this one. Y'all did good. And for our next story, we're going to talk about StarCraft. That StarCraft, people, you know what? This will be full screen. Full screen. StarCraft had this mod called, I think it was called World of StarCraft originally. And it was a pretty popular mod on StarCraft 2, which took an MMO spin on the StarCraft universe. You basically went through the StarCraft universe with StarCraft characters and leveled up and got gear and that kind of cool stuff. So there was a little bit of controversy in the beginning, and Blizzard eventually embraced the project and they took the name StarCraft Universe. So now this particular modder and his group are looking to raise funds to produce a full-fledged standalone version of the game. It's going to be called StarCraft Universe. It is now on Kickstarter to get funding. They want to raise $80,000 in funding to make this particular game, and they have a stretch goal of $100,000. And if they hit that stretch goal, you'll get a Zerg character, playable character as well. Now, I'm not going to play this, but I'm really curious to see how it's going to turn out. To take an RTS environment and for an independent developer to make an MMO out of it, it's kind of a storyline that you don't see or read about every day. Usually it's the gaming studios or some sort of a contract studio that will do spin-off games like MMOs of RTS characters and a different type of and the same type of lore but a different type of game. And this is an independent guy. This is a normal dude. And a lot of people may think it's Blizzard that's doing this, but this is actually it's a normal guy. It's a normal guy. A normal guy who probably had a day job, but now is going to quit that day job if this particular Kickstarter reaches its goal of $80,000 or $100,000 if you see his point. So check it out, guys, over on Joystick. If you want to fund this project, you want to throw some pennies at it. It may be something interesting if you're a big fan of the StarCraft universe and you want to see it in an MMO environment, but I don't think I'm going to play it. Like I said, I'm going to watch this thing very closely because we know it's probably going to be pretty cool. So check it out.
Tune in to all things Bwana throughout the week on live.bwana.tv and on twitchtv.com/Bwana.
On the next story, we're going to talk about that Steam boss, former Steam boss, Jason Holtman, has now taken a job at Microsoft. And this was a guy who was laid off, I believe, back in February from Valve. And he's now taken a job at Microsoft to head up their PC gaming efforts. So you look at the story, you could probably take a lot of different perspectives. But my perspective of this is that it may actually be a good thing for Valve. He may serve as the voice of reason to Microsoft to not alienate platforms like Steam in the Windows future of gaming. We all saw what happened with games for Windows Live. It was just recently announced that it's gone. And it wasn't a very pleasant experience. As a matter of fact, it was pretty bad. So Microsoft went on later on with the Windows 8 efforts and their future gaming efforts to talk about how they're going to do gaming. And, you know, Gabe Newell over at Valve, he was pretty much calling it an abomination, saying that they're making all the wrong decisions. Microsoft's not doing the right things. And now we're starting to see Steam go on their own route, you know, with the Linux-based Steam box. They're trying to build their own environment to continue on. So this is kind of their contingency plan in case Windows says no more Steam allowed. So hopefully Mr. Holtman here, even though he was laid off from Valve, hopefully he will bring the voice of reason to this particular environment. And I think, I don't know if he had anything to do with the killing of Game for Windows Live, but I'm hoping he did because it deserved to die a death. It deserved to die a death. It was not good at all. If a game had games for Windows Live, I didn't want to buy it. I was just like, ugh, no, thank you. No, thank you at all. I don't want to play it. If it's got games, no, don't want to play it. So, former Valve Director of Business Development, Jason Holtman, is now at Microsoft. I don't know if they have this new title here, but let's see. Nope, they don't have his new title at Microsoft, but he's going to head up to gaming, PC gaming effort. We're going to watch that here because we're big PC gamers here at Game Chat with Bwana. We want to know what they're going to do over at Microsoft, because if we're going to have to start working on getting our Linux installs going. Microsoft starts doing stupid stuff. I can do it now. It's a big Linux guy back in the day. I ain't scared to go back to Linux. Microsoft, which is funny. Bad stuff. Check it out, guys, over on joystick.com. They got the details. Former Steam boss Jason Holtman is now at Microsoft. Okay. Let's talk about duty. I mean, Call of Duty. Recently, the guys over at Activision and Infinity Ward did a reveal of their multiplayer aspects of Call of Duty. Now, I like Call of Duty. I'm one of the guys who like Call of Duty, so you can hate on me a little bit. I don't mind. But I can understand people's frustrations with it. And one of my frustrations with Call of Duty is the way Infinity Ward has been treating the franchise lately. I have more respect for Treyarch than I do for Infinity Ward. Infinity Ward with Modern Warfare 3, to me, turned me off of their iterations of the series. I was like, I'm just not gonna play any more Infinity Ward versions of the game because they don't care about PC players. That's my biggest gripe with them. Everything is heavily catered towards the consoles, whereas Treyarch takes a different approach and they embrace the PC more than Infinity Ward does. So when I saw this article, I was immediately skeptical. I'm like, all right, they're saying that Call of Duty is going to get some special treatment on the PC platform. Now, I've heard this before. Infinity Ward has lied and lied and lied and lied and lied. You know, they've given us half-truth. It's like, oh, yeah, you're going to have dedicated servers. Ha, ha, ha. Dedicated servers. Non-ranked. You know, that kind of stuff. So we're waiting for that bomb to drop as well. But here's the quote from Mark Rubin that the Call of Duty Ghost PC port. Here's the quote. PC is taking a different tack from previous games in the series. Now PC has its own set of assets instead of just reusing the console assets. Thank you. It's going to look better than any Call of Duty we've ever made on PC. They're actually using even higher version in many cases than next-gen consoles from a texture standpoint. So what he's telling us in this quote is that we're going to have high-res textures on Call of Duty PC. Okay. That's okay. I'm not terribly impressed, but that's a good thing. I like that it has different assets in the consoles. Maybe we'll have a less blurry Call of Duty. Hopefully we'll have a field of view selector. And may have even ping numbers and dedicated servers. As this article points out, the dedicated server question has kind of been dodged. When they asked directly about that, they basically gave us a non-answer. Like, we'll get back to you on that kind of answer. So, I had not planned on buying this anyway, simply because it was Infinity Ward. And this is a good thing that they're doing with the textures. But if the dedicated server thing is the same as it was on Modern Warfare 3, I'm not buying it. I mean, if it weren't for who was that gifted? Somebody gifted me Modern Warfare 3. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name because you haven't been here in a while. He gifted me Modern Warfare 3, and I played a little bit. I did a review on it, and I generally didn't like it that much. Black Ops 2 I really liked. Like I did a YouTube video. I said that Black Ops 2 was one of the better iterations of the series since Call of Duty 4. And based on what they revealed at the multiplayer reveal, they're saying that this is the most changes they've done since Call of Duty 4. Which I can kind of agree with. They did a lot. There's a lot in this. But to me, it's kind of useless if it's peer-to-peer. You can have all the features, all the great weapons, all of them game modes. You could be a woman in the game. You can use a dog. You can call in a dog to guard you. Oh my goodness, you can customize. You got different kind of prestige. You got all these different things. You got all these perks. But it's peer-to-peer. And it's laggy. and the hitboxes are going to suck, and you might as well quit. So to me, whether this game remains in contention for buying depends solely on whether they're going to support dedicated servers for ranked games. Non-ranked games don't mean that much to me when it comes to Call of Duty. For ranked games, they need to have dedicated servers. Black Ops 2 had dedicated servers. Why can't they do it for Call of Duty? Go check it out, guys. This is over on what was this on? Whoops, I hit the wrong button. This was on it's on Rock Paper Shotgun. They're talking about how Call of Duty supposedly will be best on PC. Check it out. They got the details. And for our next story, we're going to talk about something that's a little bit disheartening, something that's kind of disturbing, really. And that has to do with BioWare and the internet in general. And a lot of times we wrongly give the internet a free pass as being a mechanism for being stupid, for acting like complete idiots and morons. We just say, oh, that's the internet. There will be trolls on the internet. And to me, that's a cop-out, and it should stop. And this story right here kind of brings out the reasoning why it should be stopped. A BioWare writer quits the company due to constant abuse online and death threats to her family. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. When do we say enough is enough? Are we just going to write this off again and say, oh, that's just how the internet is? You need to have a thicker skin. You need to not. No, man, this is too much. This is way too much. And I don't agree with defending people on the internet doing this stuff. The anonymity, I don't know how to say the word, anonymous people factor is what fuels stupidity. People think they can be idiots because they're anonymous. And that's why people are idiots, because they're anonymous. It's got to stop. This nonsense has got to stop. I mean, I feel sorry for her. I really do. I really do. People will yell free speech. I can do whatever I want on the internet, all they can. But this stuff right here has got to stop. And it's about video games, man. Why do people take video games so seriously? What type of person do you have to be to abuse a developer online and issue death threats to their family because of a video game? Let's get a blimp view perspective. What kind of person do you have to be to do that? There's no defending that type of behavior. I don't care what you say. It's gotta stop. So this is a very, very sad development that this BioWare writer Jennifer Hepler had to quit the company because of her work on Dragon Age 2. And this was for comments she made years earlier about wishing to skip combat scenes in games because she disliked them. Abuse, death threats. It's got to stop. Check it out, guys. This is over on Game Politics. This is a very sad development. And like I said, this stuff, I'm very serious about this. This is not where the internet needs to go. It needs to go in the opposite direction. And other people are like, oh, we need to keep anonymity on the internet. This is a case for getting rid of it. Because this type of stupidity has got to stop. And the only way to get rid of it is to remove the anonymity on the internet. If you're scared to post as who you are on the internet, don't post. Just don't post. Don't say anything. Because you're a coward. That's the point line. Blank, simple, think, drop the mic, walk off stage. Yes, that's what I said.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
Okay. In better news, if you're a League of Legends player, what if I told you you could earn Riot points simply by linking a debit card to American Express? Would you believe me? Well, That's true. American Express now has a debit card, basically a gift card, if you will, a rechargeable card where you can load money onto, which is very popular on the internet, which I recommend people use to buy things online. Um, and every time you use this card, you get riot points. Here's a spiel. You receive 1,000 riot points. Riot points is what used in League of Legends to buy skins and stuff. Uh, they receive 1,000 riot points when you sign up for the card, an additional 1,000 points after loading $20 on the card, and additional points can be earned for the first 10 purchases made with the card, and 10,000 points are awarded the first time a card is linked to a direct deposit account. So, if you drop ducats on League of Legends and you don't mind having an AmEx debit card, this is kind of a no-brainer. This is one of those situations where you go, man, I gotta have that latest $50 Teemo skin. Well, what am I gonna do? Oh gosh, wait a minute. There is an AmEx debit card, which is perfect for me. All I have to do is sign up for the card. I'll get a ton of riot points, and as I spend money with it and load money and link it to my debit account, I'll earn even more riot points. That means I can buy Teemo skins and much more. Sign me up, American Express. I'm on board. You know, that kind of stuff. It really fits for the people who spend a lot of money on League of Legends. I have never heard of this happening. Have you guys? I have never heard of a company linking a debit or credit card to online game currency. I may have missed somebody else doing it, but this is the first I've heard of it. And it's genius. It's actually pretty smart. This is not something I would use, but I can definitely see the potential. Somebody who plays League of Legends and spends a lot of money on riot points, which is a lot of League of Legends players, drop so much money on that game. And this is what, all right, soapbox time. Let's step on the soapbox. These same people complain about monthly fees, subscription fees in games. Why can't the game be free to play? I mean, I've been playing Final Fantasy 14. People have been complaining about the $15 monthly subscription fee. And then they go drop $55 a month on these games and just don't see anything wrong with it. They buy skins, they buy all this stuff. They spend so much more. Listen to me, guys. Listen to me. You spend more money on free-to-play games than you do on subscription-based games. You do. You do. I'm talking to you. No, I don't, Bwana. I've been playing League of Legends for 17,000 months, and I've spent a total of 0. You're lying! You know you bought that skin. Talking to you. Get yourself an AmEx card. Make it easier for you. Check it out, guys. This is over on New York Times, actually. They got the details. AmEx links a debit card to an online video game. And for our final story, that final story, this is one time I wish I was in California, IA. You Californians, man, you got some nifty stuff over there. Californians can now rent original arcade cabinets like Street Fighter 2. Oh, and my beloved Miss Pac Man. Oh man, you know, ever since I was a little children, I used to watch this show called Richie Rich. Not Richie. Was it Richie Rich? No, it was no, Silver Spoons. Silver Spoons. It was about this little rich kid. Dude had an arcade cabinet in his room and a freaking pinball machine. And I didn't care about anything on the show. I just wanted him to walk over to that machine and play it because I wanted that in my house. I was like, oh, do you know what it would be like if I could have my own arcade cabinet in my house? Oh. And then when the main box came out and all these other different things came out, I was tempted to get that. I didn't. But this right here, this is the real deal. This has the artwork and everything. Miss Pac Man, Pole Position 2, Donkey Kong, $75 a month. You know, I would definitely pay that if I was in California. It's a company called All You Can Arcade. calm down. This is a good thing. Especially if you run an office, like a small startup, or you just want to put it in your house for your kids, for the kids. $75 a month is not that much, especially when you can just get a lot of entertainment value out of it. And it's a rental, so you don't have to own it. I'm pretty sure they have upkeep coverage in it, so that if it breaks, they can repair it or whatever. And it's not a long term. I mean, I would kill small rodents. Small rodents. I would kill them for a Miss Pac Man 2 cabinet. You can report me to your local authorities. Call Peter. Bwana's gonna kill rats. Bwana's gonna kill rats. Oh no. Check it out, guys. This is over on Engadget.com. They got the details. Arcade games like Street Fighter 2, Miss Pac Man, Pole Position 2 now can be rented in California for $75.
Do you love Game Chat? Are you looking for a way to show your appreciation? Become a Bwana.tv premium subscriber. Check out the details at Bwana.tv/donate.
That's my jam! Alright, folks, that concludes episode 79 of Game Chat 1. I hope you all enjoyed the show. We are here at live.Bwana.tv and at twitch.tv/Bwana. We talk about games at Game Chat 1 every Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. We do it vivaciously and expeditiously. Boisterous. Check it out, guys. We are here. We also have a tech podcast. So if you guys are into technology, check out Bwana.org radio. I posted over my YouTube channel, youtube.com/iBuffa as well. That is done on Tuesdays and Thursdays at around 6 p.m. Eastern, afternoonish. It's about 20 to 30 minutes long. I think you'll enjoy it. The website for that is at radio.bwana.org. You can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Bwana. Or if you want to follow my live stream, you can follow me on twitter.com/Bwana live, all one word. That will notify you when I go live on Twitch. So you can keep track of me and stalk me on Twitter over there. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14, in case you guys have been wondering. The Final Fantasy 14 open beta started today. Quote unquote open beta. So all the characters that we're leveling will now carry over into release. So everybody's like in serious mode. And it's a lot of fun. So check me out. I'm over on the Gilgamesh server. And my character name, I think, is Bwana Nuvalo. Ooh, first name Bwana, last name Nuvalo. Any other Bwanas out there are imposters. You report them to PETA. We'll kill them dead. All right, folks, that concludes episode 79 of Game Chat with Bwana. And I will see you all next time. Everybody have a great week. Bye-bye.